What's up, everybody? Back to my Resident Evil. If you recall, last time I actually finished, we actually finished Chris's story. So uh, now what's left is to play the next story, which is, um, yeah. So we're gonna play the next story. Play it on hard. You know me.
Resident Evil.
The next story that we're going to be playing is Jill's story. And so before I begin, just want to let you guys know. So the game, so the story is actually, or how do I say this? So the gameplay is actually really similar. So the levels or the areas we explore are pretty much the same. The bosses are the same. All, like, the readings and stuff are the same. The only main difference is just there are some areas that we don't need to go to with Jill that we had to go through with Chris, and mainly just the cutscenes are different and certain situations are different, obviously. For example, playing as Jill, Jill isn't gonna be locked up by Wesker, since we're gonna be playing as her. And just imagine how boring it'd be if we played as Jill and we spent the whole time waiting for Chris to save us. So yeah. So without further ado, I'm actually gonna use this alternate skin for Jill, because I had to grind really hard to get it, and it's probably my favorite one of all her outfits here. And so yeah, don't judge me.
Alpha Team is flying around the forest zone situated in northwest Raccoon City, where we are searching for the helicopter of our compatriots, Bravo Team, who disappeared during the middle of their mission.
Haven't found it yet?
No, not yet, Bizarre murder cases have recently occurred in Raccoon City. There are outlandish reports of families being attacked by a group of about 10 people. Victims were apparently eaten. The Bravo Team was sent in to investigate, but we lost contact.
Look, Chris.
Bravo Team's helicopter was a derelict. Save for the remaining body of Kevin. We continued our search for the other members, and it turned into a nightmare. Stairs this way! Damn it! Make for that mansion!
There are only 3 STARS members left now. Captain Wesker, Barry, and myself. We don't know where Chris is.
What is this place?
Not quite your ordinary house, that's for sure.
Hey, Wesker, where's Chris?
Jill, no! You don't want to go back out there.
But we've got to find...
What was that?
Chris?
No.
Jill, go and investigate.
I'm going with her. Chris and I go back a long way.
All right. You two go. I'll secure this area.
Stay sharp. A dining room.
Alright, and then so we begin once again.
I think you'd better take a look at this.
What is it?
Blood. Jill, see if you can find any other clues. I'll be examining this. Let's just hope it's not Chris's.
Alright, and so now we gotta go encounter our first zombie like last time with Chris.
Barry!
What is it?
Look out! It's a monster!
Let me take care of it! What the hell is this thing?
I found Kenneth killed by this thing. Let's report this to Wesker.
Alright then, so yeah, let's go back out there and find Captain Wesker. Yep, that's a zombie there, so we're gonna have to walk into that hallway once again, so bummer.
Wesker! Jill, help me look for him. Let's not leave this hall.
Good idea.
Alright then, and so all we have to do is just walk up these stairs and walk back down.
Barry.
Any luck, Jill?
No, nothing. What's going on around here? I can't figure it out.
Same here.
Chris, and now Wesker.
There's not much we can do. We can search for him separately. I'll investigate the dining room again.
Okay then, I'll try the door on the other side.
This mansion is gigantic. We could easily get lost. Let's start from the first floor.
Okay.
Oh! I almost forgot. It's a lockpick. You'd make better use of it.
Thanks. I may need it.
Listen, if something happens, let's meet up in this hall. Got it?
Okay.
Okay, and so now we're now free to roam, and so let's go back into the dining hall. So with Jill, there, even though a lot of like the story remains relatively the same with Jill, there are differences with her when it comes to gameplay. So, for example, one of the main ones is that she actually has 2 more inventory slots compared to Chris. So that mean so in other words, we don't have to we don't have to be we don't have to be so careful with inventory management. We have 2 extra slots, so we don't have to go back and forth with chests and place stuff just to clear up room to pick up other things. And then the other thing is the lockpick. So as you may recall with Chris, we did have to find those old keys to open certain doors. With Jill, we actually don't need to do that. That's what the lockpick is for. So all we have to do is just walk up to any door that's locked, and just like that, it's unlocked. So that's another thing yeah, that's another thing we don't have to worry about. It's just searching for searching for old keys. And what else? I think that's pretty much about it. Of course, obviously Jill does have some downsides. One being that I believe she actually runs a little slower than Chris. And 2, or not one, runs. She actually walks slower than Chris. And 2, she actually has less health than Chris. So, so for example, with the zombie, Chris can actually take up to like 3 zombie bites before he dies. Jill can only take 2. So with Jill, we actually do have to be much more careful with our health, like when we take damage. Yeah, and things like that are really the reason why Jill's story is actually easier than a Chris's story. There are other factors that you're actually gonna see in a little, but yeah, Jill's story is actually a little more easier than Chris. Like I said, the first 2 things that I mentioned about the inventory slots and the lockpick, just those 2 things already save us a time, and they save us time, and they save us having to explore areas that we don't really need to explore, just because we don't need to find old keys, and we don't have to keep going back and forth and being very managing our inventory as carefully as with Chris. As for the health, sure it's a disadvantage, but it's not too bad. And since I already read all these things with Chris, I'm gonna skip them if that's alright with you guys. So in the intro, I think it's funny how I feel like I really stand out with my team. Because while they're all wearing Stars uniform, I'm wearing, you know, this casual outfit, you know, fighting zombies in a skirt. And a skirt and a tube top, I believe. Is that what it's called? I don't know. I really don't know much about female clothing. But hey, it's cool. I think it looks cool. I had to grind really hard to get this outfit. The way you get it is you actually have to beat Jill's story 2 times. I know, crazy. And then there's actually for those who aren't familiar, this is actually the outfit that she wears in Resident Evil 3. So yeah, this is just basically, you know, paying homage to that game. So I'm gonna get up here and get the map. And also, as you can see, there are already differences